of the major problems the industry has is odor control. Every rendering facility has to always combat the flying insects, rodents, ants, crawling insects. Cleanliness is something the entire industry has to pursue continually. My name is Ewing Carter. I'm the project manager for Tallow Masters. Tallow Masters is a rendering facility. We take fat, bone, and oil and reprocess that into bone meal, tallow, and cooking oil. Rendering facility is very important to society because it takes products which would normally be cast off, the fat, bone, etc., which would present a health issue if disposed of in a waste treatment facility. And we reprocess that, turn it into products which are usable. Well, as within any rendering facility, one of the major problems that Tallow Masters encountered was the odor control. No matter how you clean, you still have some residual odor. You could say that occasionally, if you've passed a dead animal on the side of the road and you have an idea of what that smells like, imagine 500,000 pounds of dead meat in a bin sitting. Consequently, you had to keep the doors down. You have to keep the exhaust fan on. We have a chlorinator mist which treats the exhaust on the roof to kill any odor that's expelled from the plant. But inside, before it gets to the mist, you're subjected to quite a disagreeable odor until it's gone. With the hydroxyls, there is no odor. HGI was mentioned to our CEO, Charlie Largay. Charlie brought Ralph and Guy down to the plant. I met them here then. Walked through the plant, kind of did a preliminary study on the approximate advantageous locations of the different pieces of equipment they manufacture. I believe Ralph was a little put off, to say the least. Ralph even had a pair of shoes that he only used for us. We were very interested to see what the technology would do, because prior to that we've been discussing deodorizers, installation of that misting equipment, so on and so forth. Now, one of the issues that is a negative when it comes to deodorizing with chemicals is you're masking. You're simply masking an odor by introducing another chemical into the environment. And you're going to breathe it. It's going to settle on something. It's not an ideal solution. That's why hydroxyls were really intriguing. ODOROX is very green. Yeah, it's extremely green. Initially, Ralph brought down 3 of the smaller units and 2 of the 38 element pieces of equipment, which were placed at various locations in the cooking area. Okay, these units here are the 3 large units that we use to treat this area here. Right after the installation of the equipment, we noticed that the vapor that was expelled in the cooking area diminished a great deal, and the odor in there diminished. Family members noticed a decided benefit in that their spouses, when they come home, do not display having ever been in a rendering facility. The environment was much more pleasant. Our exterminator, who's been coming to our company for the past 20 years, came into my office one day and he was kind of timid, wanted to ask me a question. And I said, go ahead. And he said, I just wondered if maybe you have another company as well as ours, spraying during the work? And I said, no, why do you ask? He said, well, for the past few months, I haven't seen any evidence of flies or ants or roaches or rodents. And he said, I've never seen that before. I've always seen something, but for the past few months I've seen nothing, and I just wondered if perhaps there was another company and just want to make sure you were satisfied with our service. So I told him we were perfectly satisfied and everything seemed to be working well. I believe that the reason the pests and so forth disappeared was the hydroxyls destroyed odors, period. They destroy the pheromone trails left by ants, other insects. If you have rodents, they don't detect that there's anything to eat, so they're going to go elsewhere. The flies don't detect any place to lay eggs, so the flies vanish. The external effect of the hydroxyls of this equipment, I believe simply the fact that odors have been eliminated, then you don't have an objectionable odor around the facility. We have an open invitation to any renderer that'd like to come to and visit this facility and see what it really can do and to see what type of positive impact it can have on their particular facilities, because we are extremely satisfied